Katie Petit from KatiePetitDesigns.com. Thanks for tuning in. I'm excited to share another release with Arden Creative Studios with you today. I now have the Laurel Grove Collection to present to you. It is a botanical with a touch of fall, a touch of jewel tones and different colors, but they can be used all year round. And I really am excited for this collection, and I hope you enjoy the new items that we've brought to the range. And let's get started. I'll show you through the whole collection. All right, here it is. I'm so excited to share my newest release with Arden Creative Studios with you. I have got Laurel Grove. This collection is a botanical inspired collection with hints of fall, but it's also just year-round goodness. So you can see from the color palette here, I've mixed corals and purples and greens and golds all together to create this fabulous collection that I hope you're gonna just love as much as I do. So let's get started. I will show you first the paper pad. So the paper pads come with 12 double-sided designs, and you get 2 of each. So there's 24 sheets in here, and they are 200 GSM. So they're not super heavy, but they're just heavy enough. So let's go through here, and I will pull out one at a time to show you. This, of course, is one of the main papers, and I just love it. And you'll see later on, I've done a flipped one, so you can do a 2-page layout. And you'll see I've got peonies and botanicals and grids, all kinds of depth in this page. So it's not just flat, it has artistry already started for you, ready for you to scrapbook or do your card making with. And on the back side, we've got a classic hand-drawn chevron with the gold color. So it's more of a classic graphic and not as artsy. And I find it's really good to mix the two so that you've got some designs that are artsy, but it doesn't get overwhelmed with artsiness. So you've got some graphic to go along with it. And here is a second paper. Just a kind of a floral toss. And it's got some watercolor hints off to the side and some text into the background and handwriting, just little hints of it. And the back side of this one is a tonal large polka dot with some text blended into the background, but not overwhelming. All right, I'm gonna put these 2 off to the side. And then we have another botanical. The way I like to design with the kind of suggested area. So if you need kind of a page starter, this paper has that for you. But at the same time, if you cut like a 4x6 area of this, it would still make for a lovely card design. Imagine if you go 4x6 here, and then you put a sentiment and some of the extra laser cuts. Really beautiful, lots of potential. And you can see all the botanicals across the bottom. And the back side is a graphic, ditzy, kind of shabby floral with some watercolor, some hints of writing and text. So it has plenty of depth. And next up, it's kind of a funky, bold graphic floral. Thought it made for a nice contrast to the other designs. When all your papers are of the same depth, the same style, they don't draw as much interest. So having papers in your projects that have a mix of depth and size and contrast really adds to it when you balance it correctly. And the back side of this, it's not really a tonal. It's like a ditzy floral with a toss of some ferns. And there's texture in here, canvas texture and writing. So again, a nice contrast. Oops. Okay, and this one, I love the corals. Love, love, love the corals. You know, it like sings of fall, yet it also could be just about anything. I could even see summer in here with the corals of the beach. That could be really pretty. Lots of depth in this paper, and the back side is a tonal polka dot. And now some birds mixing in, because what's a garden without some birds? And I've got some hints of pencil line, leaves, and text and splashes and lace. Lots of varying interests. So you could use just the lightly textured paper as a soft background or for a card. Or you could, again, do a card here and have your sentiment. Or if it's a scrapbook page, you've got this whole midsection, and maybe you're going to fussy cut the leaves and lift them up over your photos. Lots of different ideas. And the back side of this is a sweet, graphic, tulip-y kind of pattern with lots of paint and texture on it. And then we've got kind of a funky bold. So you can see I've got, I think it's just these two that are, I did kind of funky, contrasting. You know, if you wanted to go funky, see how those two nicely contrast each other. Yet, when we pull in, like the graphic, that all goes really nice together too. Or maybe you just want to put it with the tonal. Like I could go on and on, right? And the back side of this is a brown tonal. Just a nice neutral. We always need some neutrals in there to help balance everything out. And here I've got a plaid for you using the corals and the purples and the golds. A little bit of texture. And the back side of this is a really nice gold floral with a little floral toss and some texture. And here we have another botanical collage with the coral. You see all the depth in here. I've added canvas and ephemera remnants and pencil lines and engravings and silhouettes. Not too overpowering, just the right amount of interest in this. And the back side is a really lovely neutral. I love the watercolor wash and the botanical stems, layers upon layers of them. So even though it's monochromatic and neutral, there's still a lot of interest in that page. Okay, continuing through here. See, this was the other floral I was talking about where it's flipped to the left side. Setting it up for 2-page spread. So I'll pull out the other one here so you can see with the two of them together, you could create a really nice spread there. And the back side of this one is another silhouette of leaves and with canvas and texture and bits of newsprint in here too. And remember, you get 2 of each, so you've got 2 of those 2-page spread sets to work with. And then, of course, a nice stripe to work with with lots of depth and texture in here. You'll see ephemera bits and some distressing. And then we've got another ditzy floral here on the back to give you some nice contrast. And then, yes, these are the last ones. These are the pocket cards. So it's a cut apart sheet where you have 8 3x4 cards and 2 4x6 cards. And the back side of this is just a neutral classic background that will give you a neutral base to start any kind of project with. Alrighty. Okay, Laurel Grove also has a solids paper pad. And in the solids, there are 6 different sheets and you get 4 of each. So again, 24 sheets, 200 GSM, but you get 4 of each. So this is a great background pack to coordinate with the collection and go beyond that. So we will go through these 6 sheets here. So we've got a coral, and one side is kind of a light watercolor wash, and the back side has a little less texture and is darker. And then you have your 3 other sheets of that. And we've got a purple. So again, the one side is lighter watercolor wash, and the back side is less texture, but still some texture. And it's a darker purple. And again, the 3 other sheets. And now we've got our gold, which is a light watercolor wash. And the back side of this is a little bit darker, has a little bit different of a texture, but still not much, just enough. All right, so that's 3 of our colors. And then have a brown here, which is a really lovely neutral with quite a bit of texture in this one. And the back side of this is darker with kind of a linen canvas. And then we have a green, really nice lighter green with canvas textures and watercolor washes. And the back side of this one is deeper and darker. You can still see like a bit of a linen texture in here and some distressing. And then I believe our last color here is a navy. So a distressed navy on the one side, and the back side is more solid, but still a little bit of texture on it, and it's darker. Okay, so that is the solids paper pack for Laurel Grove. And again, 6 double-sided designs and 4 of each. Laurel Grove comes with a 6x8 paper pad. There are 12 different designs and 24 sheets in total. So again, you get 2 of each sheet. So again, I will come through here and pull out 1 of each. So you can see this one's a little bit of a smaller version of the 12x12 with that chevron on the back. And we've got the second sheet. And then we have the purple graphic floral with the large polka dots. And here is kind of the page starter type of design, with the back side is the yellow floral. And we've got our big, bold, funky pattern. This will make a great background. And then the back side of this is the ditzy kind of neutral. And here we have our coral. So very nice there with the botanicals and butterflies. And on the back side of that is the polka dots. And we've got our birds just in a smaller format with our purple ditzy pattern on the back. And kind of the bold and graphic all over pattern with the coral and the purple and the brown tonal on the back. And we've got our collection plaid with the purple coral and gold and the gold pattern on the back side. And here we go with another one of the lovely botanicals with the corals and all kinds of depth and lots of layers in this design. And the back side of this is the botanical wash. Really classic, super versatile. And here is our left side to go with, we'll pull it up here. So see, we've got our 2 pages here. And the back side of this is the neutral texture that was on the back of the pocket cards in the 12 by 12. And then we have our striped paper with the silhouettes of leaves and branches in the purple color, lavender color. And then we've got our cut apart sheets, but they're not really cut apart. They are actually already kiss cut. So you can see they're gonna all pop out. We've got 3 tags, and I have to do my math to see how many book plates I put in here. Let's see, 7 times 21 book plates. And flip it over, and you've got the tags going the opposite direction. And you've got blank book plates where you could put in your own sentiments. So that completes the Laurel Grove 6 by 8 paper pad. Laurel Grove also comes with a set of rub-ons, and there are 2 different sheets, and you get 2 of each. So let's take a look here at what you get. And if you are new to our rub-ons, they are on a nice firm paper, making it really easy to apply and handle. And so you have these 2 different sheets. So one sheet has botanical clusters and a palette and butterflies, and the other one has some text blends and some leaves and branches. So a good variety to mix into your projects. All right, so that is the rub-ons. And then we also have an ephemera pack. Woohoo! Very excited about this ephemera pack. You can see on the back here, got lots of different labels, flashcards, sentiments, and even some clusters. Open it up and show you just a little bit. So there are 79 different elements in here. And so you've got all the different words and sentiments, and you've got clusters, you've got all these different labels. These are really great for layering. I love to layer stuff like that into my projects, and you've got them in a variety of colors that coordinate with the collection. And then we've got banner sentiments, which are always nice when you're mixing up a little cluster of things. And some more of the sentiments. And we've got some tags here, all splashed up and striped, ready to go. some flashcards, family and friends, and dreamer. And then we even have some Polaroid frames that when you pop out the middle here, well, easier said than done. Okay, there you go. I'm just all thumbs. Okay, so you've got a whole bunch of these Polaroid frames, and then you have these little swatch sticks, and they've got sentiments on them. So in this pack, there are a variety of different colors. Here's a set with the lavender and the green and a darker green and the coral. And I think we've just got like little paper fragments on there. And we've got some brown. And then we've got these cute little tickets that have clusters from the collection on them. Those will be great with, and you could add a little sentiment on them or use them in your layering with the butterflies. Oops. In the coral and the deeper colors. And then these little journalers are great little tags to add to your scrapbook pages and add your journaling in, as well as these tags with sentiments, so little prompts in them and space to do your writing. So that is the Ephemera pack. Super versatile, and I really hope you love it. We also have a Page Makers Ephemera pack. So you can see on the back here, it has all these large sentiments and then an assortment of frames and sentiments. So I will show you a little bit. Pulling these out so you can see we've got all these different word strips and file tabs, and then all these sentiments too. And they're a really nice size for scrapbooking, and they allow for a lot of layering. And in each of these frame sets, you'll see the center pops out, and you've got a layered vintage frame in the coral. And then in here pops out too, and you've got a slide frame and a ticket as well. So ticket with a sentiment, it helps with prompts for your pages. And then of course there's a heart to punch out on this one. And so we've got coral with stripe and solid for the large frame. And then we've got the brown in the solid and the purple. And this one has a tonal brown stripe. And this big word, photographs. See, all ready to go right across the bottom of that photo frame. And then we've got the lavender tonal stripe and savor. We've got laser cuts in this collection, some of my favorites. So there are two 12 by 8 sheets, and so 4 6 by 8 sheets in here. And first we have our botanicals, and they're all delicately cut. And the great thing about Arden laser cuts is you flip them over and it's the same image. So if you would rather have your flower going to the left than to the right, it's not an issue. We've got it covered. So those are the botanicals. And then there's also an ephemera page set. So we've got tickets and postage and sentiment tickets and sentiment strips and a little postage panel, some page pebbles, some photo corners, and a little fence. So lots of good things. And on the back side of this, the pebbles have the imagery, but anything with words does not. So it is blank, ready for you to use the back side to make your own design. Pretty cool. I think I'm gonna need a lot of these because they are so versatile. Laurel Grove also has your essential enamel dots. For this collection, there are 54 pieces in here to color coordinate with the collection. And then something new this year, or this collection, this release, is a sticker book. So let me show you what this is all about. There are 5 different designs, and it's a little bit different, but lots of fun, and I think you'll really enjoy this. So when you flip it open, it may look like, oh my God, what's that, a register? But it's not. So see, you've got the 2 different designs, but this sheet, actually, let me put on here. So these are all kiss cut. So you can peel them back. Oh, I don't want to wreck them. I just want to show you. Okay, there we go. So you've got these, and then you also have it as washi paper. So these are washi stickers. So if you have a preference, you're covered here, or you can just use both of them for different projects. So I created some border strips, and keep in mind, like, you don't have to use these just as you see them. You could take just the left side or just the right side, or put them on your paper trimmer and slice them down the middle, and do it at the top of your page and at the bottom of your page. And then of course, for filler, I added a bunch of little butterflies so you can dab them all over. And then again, we have our stickers with some sentiments, butterflies, and some botanical clusters. And then we have it again as washi paper. So like I said, these are all kiss cut stickers. You just kind of pinch that edge where you see it pop up, and you can grab the sticker. So there's some sentiments that'll be great on card making, or maybe put on top of photos, even on your scrapbook pages. And some floral clusters. And this one, again, so we've got our washi stickers. So just the classic branches and elements to the Laurel Grove collection, so that you can add more with them. And then I created some new lace edgers. And again, some little hearts on the side, or in washi stickers. And again, think the same way, where you could just take a portion, or you could put it on your paper trimmer and slice it and use top and bottom for borders. And the last sheet here is a black and white. And also the same goes for the washi stickers. You can color on these with pretty much any kind of marker, and the washi paper will take that nicely. So that is our new sticker book, sticker tablet. It is super fun, super versatile, and gives you a wide range of stickers to use. with the Laurel Grove Collection. Finally, Laurel Grove has an assortment of stamps, dies, and stencils for this collection, and I'm going to briefly walk you through each of them. So we have a new happy birthday die, and there is a congratulations die. Whoops. Congratulations die. And then we have some butterflies for layering. So you can see there's an outer die cut and then the detail on the inside, so you can layer colors and patterns. And then you can cut out the butterfly body and antennas separately and layer those on top of that. Really fun. All right, then we also have these branches. Super, super fun and versatile. Can't have enough branches to use as you layer projects. And to coordinate with it are some stamps. So I've got pencil line and watercolor splashed stems, all ready to coordinate with your die cut stems. And yes, these will cut on here. They will cut out the pencil line. So I will show more layering of that in future videos. Okay, we also made a typecast mix 4x6 stamp panel. I love adding texture, and this design has all kinds of ledgers and ephemera bits and typography, as well as some flourishes. So I hope you find this to be super versatile. I think it would make a lovely background, embossed, with embossing powders and stamps, as well as just taking fragments of it. Then we have the letterbox postmarks. So again, some more writing and different variety of postmarks and sentiments, and some little ready-made postage stamps as well. We have Grove notes with some botanical engravings. These will be great for coloring in and using in your card making. And this one goes really nicely too with the wispy stems that came out earlier. And some butterflies, so you can see them on the back here. And then this stencil is an overall pattern of leaves and branches. You can see it here. Again, to go nicely with the theme of Laurel Grove. And distressed tiles. I love how this one works. It's very dainty and delicate, yet works really lovely. I used it with some stencil butter, and it just created the most lovely pattern. So I think you'll be seeing that one a lot. Okay, so my friends, that completes Laurel Grove. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and be sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for some tutorials coming up showing you how to make the most of this collection. So again, Laurel Grove from Arden Creative Studios will be in retailers at the end of September 2025. Thanks again, and happy crafting.